Hey everybody, this is B, and today I am doing a book review for January, even though, yeah. And it is Food, a Love Story by Jim Gaffigan. And it's a story about food in general and his comedic approach. I saw it at Five Below, the store Five Below, and I'm sure you can get it in other places. Normally it runs $26 in US and $31 in Canada. I'm sure you can get off his site as well. But if you guys don't know who Jim Gaffigan is, he is a comedian. He actually has Netflix specials on Netflix itself. You should go check it out. But yeah, he's a pretty funny comedian. He always jokes about food and family and like sometimes he'll joke about religion, but most of the time he jokes about food and being a bigger person. So yeah, it's pretty comical. He sometimes goes in depths of like food in general, whether it's cake, whether it's fast food and stuff like that. So he's got pretty good humor in it. For what I got for the price of it, it was pretty good. Apparently he came out with a previous book. Let me look. He actually says, darn, I don't remember what it's called. But apparently this is a sequel to the last book. I'll find out eventually and post it in the description box. But yeah, it was a really good book. Some of the parts of it were just like, that is so me. So it's very sarcastically. So if you got like really sarcastic humor, this is the book for you. And it has multiple different chapters. I'm trying to open it up here. It's got a table of contents. It's got, of course, the index and stuff like that. Yeah, here's one page of the context. Here's an example of what the names of the contexts are for the chapters. Why food? An eating, not a foodie. Why dad is fat. Not Slim Jim. Proud American. The buffet rule. Cups of gravy. And just all and all about food. But yeah, it's a really good read. I usually don't read not comic books, but comedy books. I usually just, I read them, but I don't read comedian ones. Because most of the time I just watch it when I feel like it, or just watch the Netflix specials that they have. Yeah, it's a really good book. It's really funny, and it also includes pictures of food, of him traveling, and pictures of his family eating food. And he talks about his travel experiences with his family eating food, and about his family and his wife, and so on and so forth. But yes, it's a really good book. You can probably get it at Five Below. If you guys don't know what Five Below is, it is like a what's the word I'm looking for? Discount store where everything the max you pay is like $5 before tax and everything. So yeah, it's $5 and below, and I just happened to see it there, because Five Below carries a bunch of stuff. So if you don't have a Five Below, you probably can get it at Walden Books or Books a Million, or sometimes if you're lucky, Dollar Tree or anything that sells books in general. I'm sure if you look on Jim Gaffigan's site, I'm sure he has a site, but I'm sure you can order from his website as well. Yeah, it's a really good book. If you, like I said, if you don't have sarcastic humor, you probably won't enjoy this as much. Now, if you like jokes about food and blah 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 and this stuff like that, you will enjoy this book. But it's a good laugh. I mean, there's been times where I couldn't even finish reading the chapter at first because I was so busy laughing of what he was saying in the chapter. But yeah, if you're a good foodie and foodie, and just like food when it comes to like jokes about food, or like I said, sarcastic jokes, or just sarcastic food jokes, this would be a good book for you. I would say the most appropriate age to start reading this book is probably maybe teenager, maybe 15, 16 up. I wouldn't suggest anyone younger, just because there are some few like foul languages in it, some adult humor as well. So it's not appropriate for all ages. So if you're below like 16, 17, 15, all that, I wouldn't recommend this for you. It's more of a little mature content, but not fully like adult, but enough to where, if you're younger than that age, it's probably not the best book for you. So more likely a young adult slash adult. But yes, it is a very good read. And then of course there's one of his pictures. But yes, it's a very thorough, good book. There's some chapters that are short, like maybe 2 pages. Some that are a little bit longer. But yeah, it's a really good book. I think sometimes a little dry reading it. Not because it's not good comedy. It's good comedy, but it's one of these. I rather hear him talk his book. If that makes it sound like a audible than an actual book, because there's just so much content to it, which is a good thing. There's some books that don't have enough content to it, but yeah, I would recommend this book if you love comedy. It's pretty good. What else? That's basically it. That's basically covering the book without getting too much information. But yeah, and also there's been a few passages of 2 chapters I read that made me look differently of how food is, or how we think about food and socially and everything else about food. So that's another thing. So just be prepared. You might have your mind flipped just a little bit. But anyway, that is my book review for January. And thank you for tuning in and watching. And you can also follow me on all those social media sites, which I will put in the description box. But anyway, thank you for tuning in and have a good day.